The Remembering Them podcast is a platform for people to share stories and memories of their loved ones who have passed away. The podcast was created in memory of Dad, Bob Cecil. May he rest in peace. Your hosts, Mark Cecil and Ryan Thwaites, acknowledge the rich history and importance of storytelling within Indigenous culture.
My name is Jorgi Skeen, and I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we meet here today. Today we're meeting in Meanjin, and those traditional owners are the Yagara and Turrbal people, and I'd also like to pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and acknowledge my people, the Gubbi Gubbi people, and extend that acknowledgement to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people listening in today.
Hello, Ryan and Luke. Welcome back to the podcast.
Hi, Mark.
Good to see you.
Hi, Luke.
Good to see you both back in studio. So we've got an exciting, interesting persons episode today for our...
I'll be the judge of that.
Well, it is interesting because I'm
up.
hosting it. Yeah, so 3 clues for you as always. And this stream of the podcast, as our listeners would know, is we bring a special person that has passed away that we may or may not have heard of before and tell you a little bit about them. Create a little bit of awareness there. So 3 clues off the bat for you both. Play along at home, as always, to our listeners. See if you can get it before these 2. Clue number 1, most likely you will.
Not a chance.
This city, or after a city, has more cars than people. It has over 6 million cars, making traffic congestion a major, major issue.
Wow. Cars and people. Wow.
More cars than people.
Wow. Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Japan, maybe. They make a lot of cars.
Yeah, but traffic is great over there.
Yeah, right.
Mumbai.
Not Mumbai.
Not India.
Okay.
Not Mumbai. City.
Okay.
Oh, we've nailed it.
Clue number 2. There are more museums than any other city in this particular country, with over 100 museums in this city.
Boring. Paris.
Not
What?
Paris.
Are we not in India?
Third and final clue.
What? Did you not hear his response?
Third and final clue for you both.
Okay.
There's a major river in this city that is almost entirely paved with concrete. There are no natural riverbanks.
This is somewhere old, right? Like, this is Europe. This has got to be Europe.
City in Europe. Do you think?
That's tough. I'm still just thinking congestion.
Congestion, yeah. More cars than people is insane.
You can.
You just want me to butcher it?
Yeah, butcher
sure. London.
Not London.
Yeah.
Not London, not Dubai, and not
Paris.
Mumbai, and not Paris.
Paris.
We're in Los Angeles.
No.
Really?
Wrong.
More cars and people in Los Angeles. The museums I was talking about, or some of the museums, the Getty, LACMA, and the Natural History Museum, and the Los Angeles River has no natural riverbanks.
No way. This is great questions. The cars and people thing is interesting. And yeah, classic America.
Yeah, it's
a thrower.
Everyone just consumption. Yeah.
Good for them.
Wish I had 2 cars. Yeah.
So, the person I'm talking about today, and there's a reason I'm talking about this particular person. There's some huge news at the moment. This will probably come out in a couple of weeks. Ryan, you're probably not as over this as Luke and I. Not as interested, I should say.
I know
Not
what you're
as
about to
cultured.
talk about.
What are we talking about?
You're talking about the Lakers
The
trade.
trade. We have to talk about it.
I
Massive.
asked somebody
I
about
can't
this yesterday because I saw it come across my desk and I didn't know what it meant. I recognized the one guy. What's it? The European dude? I recognized his name.
Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I was like, I've heard of this guy. This could be big.
Yeah.
All right, tell
He's
me.
pretty big.
Mid-20s.
He's pretty big.
Absolute freak already and has a long... He's a
Really?
franchise player.
Really?
Like he's a guy that you would build a team around. He took
Where's
the
he
Dallas
from?
Mavericks.
To the finals.
Serbia?
Serbia.
No.
Eastern Europe somewhere.
I don't know.
surely.
He's not Serbian. 'cause
Croatia. Is it Croatia?
Maybe.
I think it's Croatia.
Yeah.
Eastern Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
But, I mean, point of the story is he took the Dallas Mavericks to the finals, which they hadn't been for a long, long time.
Yep.
And they were going to I think have a lot of future success around him. So he got traded
Sky was the
to
limit.
the Los Angeles Lakers.
We're in the off season now.
No,
No,
this is
mid-season.
In-season.
We're right in the middle of the
Mid-season.
season.
So we're heading to a playoff
Yeah.
run.
So he got traded to
Yeah.
the Los Angeles Lakers alongside, arguably, whether you're an MJ or LeBron fan, one of the greatest of all time, if not the. Got traded to, so he'll play alongside LeBron James,
yeah.
and got traded with a 30-something-year-old Anthony Davis, who's a beast.
33.
Yeah, he's a really good
So
player.
he's having a
leaving
great
Los
season.
Angeles.
He's at the tail end-ish of his career.
Yeah.
So
You say that, but LeBron's 40. Last night he dropped 42
yeah,
and
the
17.
LeBron, I don't want to turn this into a
No, this
basketball,
is
but
this is sports now.
It's a huge,
It's a
huge
sports
trade.
podcast.
To put something in the context for maybe for Ryan and for our Australian, maybe rugby league listeners, if we have any. I would pitch this, and Luke, you can agree or not agree, but I would pitch this as Nathan Cleary getting traded to the Brisbane Broncos for, say, Adam Reynolds.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
would have an opportunity to play alongside Reece Walsh and all
Good
these.
Lord. Yeah.
It's scary.
So what did the Mavericks get back? Did they get a package of prospects, or is it just about shedding payroll?
There's been a lot on social media that they got nothing. Like, I mean, they
Well,
got
he got
Anthony
8, yeah,
Davis, and they got a couple of second or third round picks or
They
something.
didn't do bad.
So it's
gonna
payroll.
say.
They cleared up payroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're
But
gonna-
let's move on from that. So that's in the news at the moment.
You can tell you
It's
don't
on-
want to
it's-
move on.
It's all over the socials. No, this could be a whole episode around that. But we're talking about someone who played for the Los Angeles Lakers. Obviously, I could have gone really
think I-
low hanging fruit and gone Kobe.
Kobe. Oh, I thought you were
or-
going there.
or-
Okay.
No. That
you
would have been an easy one. We're going for we're speaking about a guy named Rudy LaRusso.
Okay.
Not sure if
Don't know
many
him,
people
no.
have heard of him. No. So he was born in 1937, passed away in 2004. He played for Minneapolis/Los Angeles Lakers from 1959 to 1967 and had a remarkable life story that isn't widely known. And I hadn't heard of him, to be fair. Why his story stands out. So he, in his early life, and had to overcome a lot of barriers playing basketball. So LaRusso is one of the first prominent Jewish players in
Yeah, I was
NBA
gonna say,
history.
he had to be Jewish.
Yeah.
Hey, Rudy.
Growing up in Brooklyn, he faced anti-Semitism, but used basketball as a way to push through societal barriers. His success in the NBA. So this is despite being only 6'7", way taller than all of
Oh, I'm
us.
so sorry, Rudy.
That little cute guy in the corner.
LaRusso played as a power forward in an era dominated by big men like Will Chamberlain and Bill Russell, who were 7-footers.
Aliens.
He was a 5-time All-Star and an important part of the Lakers' rise to success in the 1960s. He was known as an enforcer with a heart. So he was known as a tough player, but had a reputation for standing up for his teammates. However, off the court, he was known for his kindness and intelligence. Business and post-basketball life. After retiring, he became a successful businessman in the paper and recycling industry, showing that athletes could transition successfully into life after sports. He battled illness. So LaRusso passed away from Parkinson's disease in 2004. Also, quite topical for us at the moment, we lost an uncle, so Dad's last brother, recently to Parkinson's. Only we attended his funeral, was it last week, 2 weeks ago, Luke. So his battle with Parkinson's disease mirrored his playing days. He fought with resilience and determination. So his name doesn't come quite up as often unless you're a huge Lakers fan, like Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, those guys. But Rudy LaRusso was a pioneer and underrated figure in basketball history.
Cool. Hey,
Unreal.
Rudy. Brooklyn.
So
5-time All-Star.
yeah,
So he's
yeah.
pretty successful. All-Star is like the
pretty good.
best of the best. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, we have that in baseball. We have all
You
stars.
do?
Oh, yeah, no one cares.
I don't care anymore.
great.
It's just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care about
for
the
you.
All-Star game. Yeah.
So I've got a game for you. It's called.
Oh, you're not big on games, though.
No,
This is new.
it's new. So I've called it Le Facto or Le Falso.
Here we go.
So it's true or false. These are facts or fiction about Rudy LaRusso.
Oh.
So this is, I guess, getting to know him a little bit more and some of his past history. If you are familiar with him, then you'll smash this out of the park. So fact number one, or falso number one, Le Facto or Le Falso, Rudy LaRusso once scored 50 points in a single NBA game.
I'm going to say facto. La facto.
La Facto?
Incorrect.
LaFalso.
Use the
La
proper
falso.
terminology, thanks.
Le falso.
Can't accept that answer.
I can now. It's a LaFacto. So Ryan's on the board, surprisingly. He takes
I don't
the
even
lead.
know if that's good for basketball.
I don't know what 50 points is. Does 50 points sound like a lot?
I feel like back in my day, 100 points was like a decent scoring outing.
That's the whole
It
team.
is.
So,
score.
yeah, so
yeah.
50%,
Is
divide 100 by 5 player positions. But even probably just not 5 playing the whole game.
bench,
So it's-
yeah.
So
I guess so. That's
put that
pretty
in
wild,
context.
right?
So
It's good. That's really good.
very good players now. Luke, what would you say
Just
they
a
would?
ball hog, though.
Well,
would
Luca,
average.
who we were talking about earlier, he dropped 71
What?
2 years ago.
But that's phenomenal.
ridiculous. The highest game ever was 100 Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes.
And no one's come. Kobe
100
came close,
points?
83.
Kobe scored 80 something.
83.
Yeah. Sorry to
Playing a
Lakers fans,
little
can't
league
believe it.
team? Oh, my God.
This was back,
That's
like,
insane.
I don't think they've recorded that,
That's
like,
insane.
video-wise. So that's debatable, maybe.
Interesting.
But yeah, 50 is a lot.
50 is
mate.
a lot.
50 is a
50 is a
lot.
lot.
50 is a lot.
And in terms of, like, that's back then. Would 50 back then be similar to what 50 is today? Or would it be harder to get 50 today than it would be back
Well, you
then?
got the 3 ball now. A lot
Yeah.
of players shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah.
Which is obviously.
And I hear a lot
points,
of
Ryan.
heard a lot of people. Really, thought that was an index. I hear a lot of people whining about the threes these days and
Yeah.
how it's ruined the game.
Yeah, Steph Curry, a lot of people blame him for ruining the game because people just pull up from anywhere and just shoot the ball. So
That's incredible, though, isn't
With
it?
that
Like,
question, I'd probably say, you're probably right. I think it was probably harder
to get
to score
50.
50 back then.
Could have been hard. Yeah, it could have been
'Cause
hard.
you-
I feel
you
like
haven't-
back then too, if you're watching an NBA these days, I still watch the NBA pretty much every day. But it's a lot more rugged back then. These days you get a slap on the wrist and that's a foul.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
shooting too.
That's
Back then
fair.
there's bumping, there's
That's fair.
there's
So
lot
as a
more-
power
They're
forward,
playing in Chuck Taylors.
Yeah.
so maybe,
exactly.
equipment not as good.
No Gatorade back then.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
drunk
Just
before the
water.
game.
He's probably
Yeah,
getting hit a
yeah.
few times where
Smoking ciggies.
Yeah.
today
it's
they'd
just-
get called fouls. Back then,
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
play on. So, yeah,
Interesting.
it's
50 points. All right, well, sorry, I didn't mean.
The Remembering Them podcast is supported by My Legacy Message. How do you want to be remembered? My Legacy Message provides a service that delivers a keepsake video to your loved ones, often as a surprise, after you pass. My Legacy Message. Be remembered.
All right, well, sorry, I didn't mean to dismantle the game.
So you're
here.
right.
Is that it? That's just the one question.
Yeah. I win.
There's more than one. Question number 2. LaRusso won an NBA championship with the Lakers.
LaFalso?
In the 60s? Was he 60s?
What did I say? When did he play?
Pretty big in the
Yeah,
70s.
60s.
Yeah. Yeah, Le Facto.
Ryan takes the lead 2
You kidding?
extends his lead 2
Like
up.
I'm a big
So
basketball guy.
Wow.
LaFalso, he played in finals but never won
Okay.
and won a championship.
Unlucky.
Or Rudy.
Clue number 3, or question number 3. Rudy was known as a bruiser, but he was also an Ivy League graduate.
Oh. I'm going to say LaFalso.
Yeah, I got to agree. Le Falso. Oh, no, Le Facto.
It sounds
I've
like-
got to mix it up. I've got to catch up.
Well, it
Le
sounds
Facto,
it
Le
sounds
Facto.
like a real question that Mark would
He
put
was a
in there.
bruiser. He was a bruiser. I
I'm
did say that
going
earlier.
to say LaFalso. Stuff it.
Le Facto.
2-1 LaFacto.
Come on, baby.
Luke's on the board.
Yeah, right.
He attended Dartmouth University.
Oh, it's not Ivy League. God.
Number 4. Sorry to any Dartmouth people out there. The NBA had a 3-point line during LaRusso's career. So topical. We were talking about that just moments ago.
Oh, did they
That's
had
it.
it?
They had-
Oh,
they
LaFacto.
Oh. Le Falso.
2-2.
Boom.
LaFalso. The 3-pointer came in 1979.
What?
So that
Really?
probably feeds
So
into
dumb,
our... It was harder to score 50 points back then because he couldn't just... Yeah, it was
I wonder
only-
what the motivation for bringing the 3-point in was. Who came up with that idea? And then that would have changed a lot.
Would have changed a lot.
Yeah.
You're right.
They're just, I guess they're like, everyone's trying to shoot from so close. They've incentivized people to use more of the court, I guess.
Yeah, it probably opens it up to smaller players. Because back then,
Sure,
the higher,
yeah.
the taller you were, the inside,
dominate.
you just
Yeah.
jump right over people. You know?
That's interesting.
Clue number 5. So 2-2. Rudy LaRusso was selected to 5 NBA All-Star teams during his career. We did say that. So scratch that. It's still 2-2.
I was listening.
It was-
LaFacto. Give me that one.
It is LaFacto. So no one gets a point.
I was hoping
2-2.
Luke didn't listen to that one.
Actually, give me the years. No, 63, 64, 66, 67, and 68. So only missing out in 65 in that period.
Damn, what happened?
I don't know.
Injuries, I think.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Well, if you'd prepared properly, you would have been able
Number 6, Rudy LaRusso played his entire career with the Los Angeles Lakers. Is that a LaFacto?
I'm going to go LaFacto. Back then, guys were one team.
Le Falso. You said he was born in Brooklyn, right? Mm-hmm. Come on.
It is LaFalso. Luke goes up 3-2.
But did he play basketball over there?
He did. He played for the Lakers 1959 to 1967. Not with Brooklyn, but he finished with the San Francisco Warriors at the time, now the Golden State Warriors, 1967 to 1969.
Out at the Bay, mate.
Finished off at the Bay.
Also another big trade, Jimmy Butler.
Big trade. Oh, it's unlucky. Unlucky if you're
My
a
boy.
Heat supporter.
My boy.
Another bus word.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah,
Ryan.
no, I figured. I assume we didn't switch
Just
to
shut
baseball.
up and listen to us.
Number 7. LaRusso was known for his rebounding and once grabbed over... Oh, this will mean nothing to Ryan. Once grabbed over 20 rebounds.
Is that a lot? That horrible voice you just did, was that supposed to be me?
Yeah, mate, it was you.
LaRusso was known for rebounding and once grabbed over 20 rebounds.
Are you mocking me that I won't know what a rebound is, or if 20
No,
is good?
20 is a lot.
Okay.
Is 20 a lot.
Is
So
50 a lot?
and this is also in an NBA Finals game. So the added pressure of NBA Finals.
Damn. Okay.
You'd have to say, like, 10's a lot in a game, let alone a
Sounds
final.
pretty good,
Yeah.
yeah. For 6-7
So
as well.
20, yeah. 20 rebounds
that's
in an NBA
stupid.
Finals game.
Wow.
It's because he's aggressive, man.
So you're saying...
Oh,
Oh, you
yeah,
just,
well, a factor.
just stating Le Falso. 20.
3-3 LaFacto. He was a strong rebounder and had multiple 20-plus rebound games in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
did you know 20 is actually pretty good, but it's definitely achievable. I can tell you.
Number 8, second last one. So it's, what are we? 3-3.
3-0.
Oh, baby.
Is this the last question?
2 more.
Second last.
Okay, I've been.
Listen.
Yeah, I've been.
Listen.
Despite being known as a tough player, LaRusso led the NBA in scoring in one season.
Le Falso.
We know about his rebounding. Did he lead the scoring in one season? He did score a 50-point game.
What'd you say again?
I said Le Falso.
Yeah, I feel like Le Falso as well.
Both correct there. So LaFalso, he was a solid scorer but never led the game. His career high season average was 21.3 points per game.
Okay,
1967 to 1968.
Not that good.
20 is a lot.
It tells you that 50 is a lot.
20 is not it.
So this is it. So, unless you both agree, that's going to ruin it. But Rudy LaRusso was drafted by the Lakers, but initially refused to play for them.
All right.
So you get drafted by the Lakers, one of the biggest franchises in
that's
NBA
huge.
history.
It's huge.
Do you refuse, or do you think LaRusso said, "Yeah, let's bring it on. Can't wait. Dreams come true."
Le Falso. Do you want to go? All right, I don't care.
I was saying Le Falso.
You go false.
I feel like
I'll go
he-
Le Truo.
Well, I'm not accepting that answer.
Le Factual.
LaFacto. Ryan takes the win.
I knew it.
He was drafted in 1959, but initially refused to sign before eventually joining the team.
So,
I don't know why.
was I right there?
You were right.
Okay, well.
LaFacto. He refused to play.
Okay, I'll give it to you, mate. Give it to you.
So there's some facts. That's the story of Rudy LaRusso, arguably a lesser-known Los Angeles Lakers, but very poignant given the recent trade and the news around the Los
I'm
Angeles
sure
Lakers.
he would have been shocked if he's around.
He would be so
Rudy
shocked.
would
He
be
would, yeah.
swearing at the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh.
He would.
I was like,
Ryan's just-
I was like,
just blank.
he's shocked that he was like brought up on this podcast.
well,
Oh, he probably
saying
would be as well.
If Rudy was still around, he would be absolutely shocked. One, that he was on the podcast,
Yeah.
but two, with the recent trade, Luka for AD and a few other picks.
Interesting. Is it like? Is this just like an amassing of power? Is this just like the Yankees? Being the Yankees,
like the
and hate it?
Yankees.
Is everyone just like, please
Super
stop?
teams, that's
This
what they-
sucks.
It's like it's like the Yankees, like the Roosters.
Yeah. And then you just want the Lakers to lose because everyone
unless you're a
wants
Lakers
to.
fan, I'd have to say most people want to see the Lakers lose. I want to see the Lakers lose.
It was like the World Series that we just had for baseball. It was the Yankees and the Dodgers, and it's just like you couldn't have picked two more boring teams, the two richest teams.
Yeah.
Just I didn't
Because
care.
usually I'm really excited by baseball too. think a lot of
good,
people
excellent.
are.
All right, thanks for coming, man. We can write that up. We got that on.
We will wrap this up. So these are generally shorter episodes, but just a quick reminder, if you want to support the podcast, please jump on our Patreon. Links are in all the podcast notes. You can search on Patreon, I believe, for Remembering Them podcast. $6 a month US, which is not a lot, which is
So
very,
about
very
800
small
Australian
amount.
dollars.
We need a coffee.
Well, it's barely anything if you're an NBA player.
Starving
So
over here.
Patreon, NBA players, jump on and support us on Patreon.
Could pay up
$6 a
front.
month US, about $9, I think. Australian
about that,
dollars. Yeah. So jump on there and support us. You get access to all the exclusive chats that we have with our guests. Normal OG guests and also our Chat TAP guests, some juicy questions and answers in those ones. Give us a reminder to give us a rating and review. Jump on your preferred podcast platform, 5 stars ideally, so we show up on any grief-related searches that people are after. And jump on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're all on there, whether you watch us on YouTube or listen to us on Spotify, Google Play, whatever. Jump on our socials. You'll see all of our clips posted up on there. And reminder, the My Legacy Message service is out there as well. So an opportunity for you to leave a video recorded message to your loved ones after you pass away, often a surprise. So that would have been really cool, I'm sure, for Rudy's family to receive
And
something
us.
from a 5-time All-Star, scored 50 points in one game,
20 boards.
rebounds in one game, multiple times.
20 years later.
Ryan has no idea what we're talking about. So thank you guys for joining me for another Remembering Them podcast episode. Interesting persons, shorter episode, but a bit more relaxing, a little bit more fun. Until next time.
We're still shocked with that trade. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
if you're
jump
shocked
on if you're as
we
shocked as
are.
us. Yeah.
Thank you, Mark.
Ryan, you too. Thank you both. Love you. Bye.
Right.
The Remembering Them podcast is created for entertainment purposes. Mark and Ryan are not licensed mental health professionals. If you would like to discuss your mental well-being, several free resources are available in Australia. Information about these services is available in the podcast notes. Please take the time to contact a loved one today and tell them how much you appreciate and love them.